The Kansas City Stars finished the regular season winning 3 out of their last 4 games. Now it's on to the league tournament this weekend. Also, several Stars with all-conference honors. I'll talk about that on this episode of the Kansas City Stars High School Hockey Podcast. And welcome to the Kansas City Stars High School Hockey Podcast. I am your host, Rob Plamondon. Thank you for watching. As always, just some reminders, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're not following the Stars on social media, links to Instagram, Facebook, and X are in the description. Today's podcast is brought to you by Clarkson Construction, a Midwest leader in delivering innovative solutions for some of the region's largest infrastructure projects. By Global Earthworks and Underground, more than 12 years of mission-critical experience providing expert site utilities, mass excavation, and paving services. And by Crown Realty, family-owned and operated since 1973, the oldest and largest independent real estate firm in the area. We want to thank our sponsors for their support of Kansas City Stars hockey. Well, the Stars wrapped up the regular season over the weekend, and on this episode, I'm going to just review the last 4 games. I'm not going to get into any detail. I'll talk about who scored the goals and make a few comments. Unfortunately, I was out of town last weekend due to a family emergency, so I did not see 3 of the 4 games. We can't really provide a whole lot of commentary or color around those, but just to recap those here, as the Stars did close out the regular season and did secure the number 2 seed going into this weekend's tournament. So let me start with the game that was played back on Sunday, February 1st against the Saints, a 5-1 win. Caleb Weddlestedt picking up the win in goal for the Stars. A game that the Stars looks like they were outshot, according to the website, by a 35-27 count, but looks like the Stars were certainly in control in this game. Cohen Lyman scoring his first goal as a varsity player coming up from the JV team, so congrats to Cohen for getting his first goal. Jimmy Gorder with a goal, Justin Schutzler with a goal. Gorder had a second goal in that game, and Karsten Reuter rounded out the scoring for the Stars. Lucian Buckland picking up the only goal for the Saints in this game as the Stars win at 5-1. Dane Post taking the loss for the Saints. Penalty-free game for the most part, each team with just 1 penalty and neither team scoring on their power play. But what looked like, I guess without having really seen the game, a fairly clean game, but one that looks like the Stars pretty well controlled, even though the shots may have been in favor of the Saints. The Stars with no real difficulty in this game. On Tuesday, February 3rd, the resumed game against the St. Joseph Griffons. That was the game that started back on December 19th and was suspended early in the second period when Griffons' Oliver Sullivan crashed hard into the boards behind the net and had to be taken off due to the injury. And as it turned out, there was not a trainer on either bench. And after the officials discussed with the league commissioner, they decided in the interest of safety to suspend the game. So the resumption of that game was up in St. Joe at Bodie Ice Arena on February 3rd. The Stars went into the resumption with a 3-0 lead, ended up winning that game by a score of 7-2. Shots well in favor of the Stars, 29-15. Caleb Weddlestedt picking up the win in this one. And if you go back to the first part of the game that was played back in December, Josh Homan picked up the first goal for the Stars. His first goal as a varsity player coming up from the JV. Great to see the kids coming up from the JV and getting a chance to get on the score sheet. So great job by Josh there. And Schimmel and Spiker also scoring before the injury to Sullivan. Both of those goals were shorthanded goals, and that was 3-0 when the game got suspended. After the game resumed, Jackson Tillery and Ben Grant scoring to make it 5-0 before Jarrett Bruner made it 5-1 late in the second period. And in the third period, the Stars really just kind of skated right away to victory. Jimmy Gorder with a goal, Ashton Schimmel with a goal. Sawyer Kahn's picking up a goal for the Griffons, but certainly not enough there for them as the Stars win that one easily, 7-2. Goalies in this game for the Griffons looked like it was a split job between Justice Pontius and Finn Sullivan. Stars did not score on either of their power plays, but they did get the 2 shorthanded goals, and they did allow a goal on the penalty kill, 2 or 3 on the penalty kill for the Stars in this game, but a convincing 7-2 win in that game that was resumed up at Bodie. Friday night was senior night. Stars hosting the Rockhurst Hawklets, and 10 Stars seniors were recognized and introduced on the ice with their parents, and always a great night for the seniors as they're winding up their high school hockey careers and then moving on to bigger and better things. Some will go on to play hockey at the college level. Some may go on to play in the men's league, and others may decide, you know what, it's time to hang up the skates and move on to bigger and better things. But the Stars getting a 5-1 lead. Tanner Brace picking up the win for the Stars. Heavy discrepancy in shots in this game. According to the score sheet, 51 shots for the Stars to only 23 for Rockhurst. Ashton Schimmel started the scoring in the first period with a power play goal. Truett Spiker with a power play goal in the second period, followed by Seton Swan scoring in the second period, making it 3-0. Caden Callahan got the only Rockhurst goal in the second period. That made it 3-1. And then Jackson Riggs coming back from his injury and scoring in his first game back, making it 4-1. And Josiah McCrae rounding out the scoring in the game. Stars 2 of 6 on the power play, so doing a great job with the man advantage, and killed just the one penalty against them. A game that was featured a lot of penalties for Rockhurst, only one for the Stars. Edward Houlihan was between the pipes for Rockhurst, facing 51 shots, turning away 46 of those. So from a shots percentage, a save percentage, that's actually pretty respectable. Certainly didn't look like he got a lot of help in front of him. So another easy win for the Stars, 5-1 on senior night. And the Stars wrapped up their season on Sunday with a game against the Saints. It was kind of an odd game, 23rd game of the season. I'm not sure how that got scheduled in. Stars came into this game pretty much having clinched the number 2 seed, so the game really didn't mean much to the Stars in terms of league standings or seedings for the tournament, but the Saints were certainly motivated and end up beating the Stars at KC Ice Center on the Pavilion Rink, or what they call KCI West now, by a score of 4-3. Shots relatively even in this game. According to the score sheet, it said 40 for the Stars, 38 for the Saints. I had it more in favor of the Saints in my count, but I'll go by what's on the score sheet. Caleb Weddlestedt was in goal for the Stars. Stars looked like they were on their way to finishing the season with a win. Oliver Sanders picking up his 4th goal in the first period, and then Ben Grant with a goal in the second period, kind of with about 4.5 minutes left. That made it 2-0, but Julian Buckland scored late in the second period to make it 2-1. And then in the third period, less than a minute into the third period, Brandon Valentine picked up his 10th goal. That tied it at 2. And then with 6 minutes left in the game, Valentine with his second goal of the game made it 3-2. And in watching this game, it was actually, I thought, a pretty entertaining game. I'm sure the Stars coaches and players would probably see things a little bit differently, but from a fan's point of view, I thought a pretty entertaining game. The Saints had a lot of momentum in that third period. They really came out and skated hard. They took the 3-2 lead with 6 minutes left, but just a little over a minute later, Oliver Sanders with his second of the game. That tied it at 3, but just moments later, Julian Buckland made it 4-3, his second of the game, and the Stars were not able to get that tying goal. In fact, had to kill a penalty late in the game, and unfortunately, They dropped their season finale to the Saints by a score of 4-3. Dane Post gets the win for the Saints. This game, penalties, a lot of penalties for the Stars, a lot of somewhat undisciplined play. The Stars had 6 penalties. They did kill all 6 of those penalties. Only had 1 power play and did not convert on that one. So the Stars wrap up the season in second place with a record of 14 wins, 5 losses, 4 ties, 32 points. That's well behind Northwest Arkansas, which finishes the season with 20 wins, no losses, and 1 tie. Northwest Arkansas pretty much lapping the field as they cruise easily to winning the league championship, at least the regular season championship, and securing that number 1 seed going into the playoffs. Behind the Stars, the Knights 3 points behind them, and then Wichita finishing 5 points behind the Stars in 4th place. So the brackets for the playoffs are not completely set, but it does look like the Stars will play Springfield in the first round on Saturday evening. I'm going to do another podcast later in the week, either Thursday or Friday, and I'll do a preview of the playoffs. I'll talk about the brackets. I'll preview the matchups, the matchup of Springfield, and potential matchups for the second round and potentially into the championship game on Monday. Last thing I want to cover here on this episode is a number of Stars, 8 in total, were recognized with all-conference honors. So congratulations to the Stars who were recognized as all-conference players. Truett Spiker and Jimmy Gorder getting first-team honors. Jackson Riggs, Brody Jensen, Jackson Tillery with second-team honors. Brody Hicks, Justin Schutzler, and Ashton Schimmel picking up honorable mentions. So just a great honor for all of these players for their hard work and their contributions on the ice is recognized. I believe it's the coaches that vote on the all-conference team honors. So to see 8 players from the Stars getting all-conference honors, that's quite an accomplishment, and congratulations to all the players here. And I'll put their pictures up here so you can see who they are. But make sure you congratulate them when you see them for picking up all conference honors. I'm going to wrap it up there. Again, Thursday or Friday, I will do a preview of the league tournament, talk about the matchups, and what we can expect going into the final weekend of the season. I want to thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the next episode of the Kansas City Stars High School Hockey Podcast.